Hello again and welcome back to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by Eldridge Air Conditioning, and back to our Aston Martin GR4 Championship to round 5. So halfway through the championship, actually, this will be the last of our sprints, and before we start hitting the Enduros for the remainder of the season. So yep, back in America as well, back over there. I think this is now the third time in 5 rounds that we've been over in the States, but this time we're on the east side at the Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta, about 45 miles northeast of Atlanta, just outside of Georgia, is where this 2.5 mile clockwise circuit is located. Now, it's a real circuit, 12 corners, 12 turns. Only actually one that's got a name, and that is the S's. So I've made up a few of my own that I will mention as the races go on. But this is the first of our races. Oh, and by the way, the point situation, because our points guy, I think, is sort of having a bit of a sabbatical at the moment, so we've not been able to grab those off him at the moment. So hopefully we'll catch up with them at the start of the Enduros the next round, which is probably perfect, actually. Be halfway through as well, so why not? So yes, race 1, 18 laps around here for this one, and well, looking forward to it already. Let's get through that grid, and here we go. So Aspect here on screen is in pole position. We've got Nath in second, Dan in third, Black Star in fourth, Sy fifth. RJS Racing now. Don't know who that is unless they've changed their name. Some guys do like to change their names around, but well, it's a new one so far this season, so not sure if it's a new one or if it's just one of our normal ones that's come in and decided to change his name. So Crossbones in 7th, Taff in 8th, ICB in 9th, Firepower 10th, Vane in 11th, and Colesberg in 12th. So 12 cars here for this first race. Here we go, let's get this underway. So heading round the final corner, across the line here. Line's very early on, just there as you come around that final corner. So no chance of any slipstream across the line as they now head on to turn 1. Difficult turn this. You can get it. You can make up a lot of time if you get that one right. 2 or 3 tenths, 3 or 4 tenths, maybe even through there. If you get it right, you can go through there. Just a little lift. You need to brake. So they all come through the S's now. Now this is the part of the section that has actually got its own name, the S's, which, well, not very original, but as we see them coming through, again, they're very difficult, that section there, not going running too wide. You'll get a penalty if you come and you exit the S's out and over that right-hand curbing, now through what I'm going to call the ball nose and out the other side. It's kind of a double right-hander, and then along this back straight where the motorhomes are situated, there they are. I'm going to call this the Campers Straight, as we now see Dan attacking Nath down at the chicane for the first time. Now this is obviously one of the spots that you can make a pass. Now let's see if anybody else has a go. Oh, now there was Crossbones and ICB getting very close, but I don't think there was any movement in terms of change of any positions there as they go through across the line to start lap 2. So Aspect leading, Nath in second. As you can see, you can really run it right away out to that curve. Obviously you don't want to be in that grass, just as RJS does, and he's going to be off and he's going to be sideways, and he could come back on in front of the traffic. Oh, but nicely parked, but obviously back in 12th place, so what he wanted there. He goes to the back of the field. So RJS then, not the welcome he wanted to this championship, if indeed he is a new driver. So Nath still in second, still being chased by Dan in third, who I thank for the replays here. Now Black Star's got that second penalty for Black Star. Maybe cross the line. the curb in after the S's maybe, I'm guessing, with that 1 second, maybe picked up a couple of penalties that last lap. But it's going to allow Sainz to just steam past. There he goes in the Red Bull. Aston Martin down towards the chicane now. Is there any movement down here with the leaders? No, they're still as they are. So Sai in fourth, he makes up a place on Blackstar in fifth. And now was that ICB having to go at Crossbones now, actually. That before, and it was as they were. They just all passed the slower car. It was ICB having a look at Crossbones down here. But no, it wasn't. In fact, it was Crossbones behind ICB. I think ICB was just covering that left-hand side, stopping Crossbones from attacking. Vane in 8th, Firepower in 9th, closely followed by Carlsberg, and then Taff dropped down to 11th. Now what's Carlsberg going to do? He's going to have a go at Firepower at turn 1. Now you can pass at turn 1. You've got to be right up the side of the car for it to work, though. Not close enough there as Taff is now getting onto the back of Carlsberg. Carlsberg just had to lift, otherwise he was going to run it onto the grass, and Taff decides to almost do the same thing, but again just had to lift a little bit there to stop him from running on. Great bit of track through here if you can get it right. This corner here though is very difficult, and that's where you can pick up a penalty going over that solid white line. If you get forward the car over there, you're in the penalty position. JS still recovering from his off in 12th place, but look at this at the front now. I expect just creeping away as they go through up the straight now, Campus Straight. You're going to hear all the whistles and the horns and everything from the spectators as Dan now attacking Nath, but Nath sticking to the left, that inside line, or it will be as they reach the chicane. Now Dan, now it is possible to hang it there on the outside and stay on the outside, which will then allow you to be on the inside for the exit of the chicane, but it's very difficult to hang it out there and keep it without any contact. So probably done the wise thing there. Dan just backed off. Now this is in a good position now, could attack. Here he goes. This is the passing place as well. The door wasn't quite open enough there for him to make that move. So Dan still in third behind Nath, but this little battle between these two is obviously allowing our leader Aspect to just get a little bit further away. Looking good at the minute is Aspect. Okay, you can get half a car across that white line, you'll be fine. Get any more than that and be in trouble. Black Stars recovered, is in 5th place still. ICB and Crossbones still having that battle, so this has really gone on from the start, hasn't it, between these two. Crossbones looking pretty strong. Behind them as well, I think we got Carlsberg attacking Firepower, or is it the other way round? And now Firepower under pressure from Vane. Test behind them with half a second. Firepower hanging on in 9th place. Going to go back to the Crossbones ICB battle because we've seen this, haven't we? Every lap so far, something's going to happen down here at the chicane, but ICB sticking where he was before. Now as Crossbones got the run on him, he momentarily takes 6th place. It's not far enough ahead to keep it there, but this is what he's going to do, exactly what I explained. And there you go, job done. It's far enough up the outside of ICB, as long as he doesn't run it too wide on exit, because ICB will just switch it back and get the inside here. Again, you can pass at the final corner. Great side-by-side action between these lot, and it's allowing ICB's teammate Carlsberg to now join this party, and he's going to have a little sniff at Crossbones, but lovely little bit of driving there between them. I think Carlsberg just give Crossbones a little tap there, but no problem. Crossbones in as they come through into the S's now. Oh, it gets half a second. Wasn't much in that though, but well, stewards decided that was race control, I should say, decided that that was worthy of half a second. But now Carlsberg having a look at Crossbones, but he's going to have to take that half a second off anyway, so Carlsberg should get the job done and take that 7th place off him anyway if he's close enough. Run it out onto with that curb on exit through the bull nose. Now up the straight, so let's see, Crossbones will take his penalty off now. Carlsberg should, though half a second's not much, but he should, with the momentum, get past him. There he goes, up to 7th place, and now He's got his teammate ahead of him, ICB. It's 6th as they come through the chicane. Now, what's happening ahead of them? This is battle up top still going on. Dan and Nath, well, it's still Nath in 2nd and Dan in 3rd. So no change. Is Dan going to become Desperate Dan soon? Looking a little frustrated behind Nath. Really wants to get past him. Now, can't really go through here side by side. So good run out of here. Can get it done at this next right-hander. Start the ball nose. So we see Aspect going around that now. But no, not far enough up. Again, good corner here. You can get good speed out if you can get it done here nicely. You can make up some time through the right-hander there as well. But all as they were, Aspect in 1st place, Nathan 2nd, Dan in 3rd. I'm still going to stay here just for the moment, just to see whether this fast gets done down at the chicane. Nath got it. Dan all over him now. Can Dan do the crossbones trick and stay on the outside? No, he doesn't decide. So a little switchback maybe. No, Nath done well, kept his lines through there. Did Nath. There was no chance of Dan getting through on that occasion. So 3rd place for Dan. Sire still there in 4th place. Black Star in 5th. Not much change there at all. Colesberg in 6th. ICB 7th. Two teammates. Then Crossbones in 8th. Vane in 9th. RJS has actually made up a bit of, well, 2 places actually. He was right at the back, wasn't he? So Firepower. What's happened to Firepower? But that or JS is really got some pace. I mean, he's already on the back of Vane, so he's looking very quick indeed as he passes him on the outside there at the top of the hill. Great move. It looks like he's really on it here, does RJS. Crossbones with half a second, and RJS pushing it too hard again, and that's a consequence probably just pushing it too hard. You could see he had way a lot more pace than the other cars he was trying to pass, but almost the same place as last time, and he's back to 12th. He's got to do it all again for the 2nd time. He's got to now get that momentum going again, try and pass them. So having an eventful race, RJS. Aspect on the other hand is having a leisurely stroll out there in his Aston Martin in front. A lovely lead now over Nath and Dan, who's still tied up together with that rope. Dan's still trying. It's like he's been towed from Nath, isn't it? Still trying to get through now. What about here now? A little sniff there, perhaps? No. It's very tough to go through there to get the pass done. Better off waiting. You're better off waiting until you're either along the back straight to the chicane, or if you can come out the exit here, get him down here at the ball nose on the right hander. Well, that's a little nudge just to say, look, I ain't going nowhere, mate. So Nath clearly knows that Dan's there. He's been knowing he's there for the last 8 laps, but Nath doing a good job defending and just can't get past that Aston Martin. Doesn't matter where he tries. Dan's got his there just in front of him, just doing enough to stop him from getting through. So again, and here at chicane, this is kind of the number 1 spot really, and again it's just a repeat, isn't it? Nath defending on the inside, Dan trying the outside, now the little switcheroony, but no, that didn't work. Now, well, I'm glad to say at the moment we haven't seen Desperate Dan come out, but we are halfway through this first race. That's gone quick. I mean, he's on the podium, so surely that will be okay for him, but the trouble is they don't want to be fighting too hard, because you've got these two coming up now, Sight and Black Star, who's going to be in their own battle soon. But if they start fighting too hard, Nathan Dan that is, these two are going to be with them and the two-car battle will become 4. And then there's that big gap back then to Colesberg and Crossbones and Firepower and the rest, and they're swapping places up there like nobody's business. Oh, and Dan having a quick look, and now that's the opportunity. That was the move. He got it done. Must have got a better exit. Let's go back. Just missed that. I just see it on the corner of my eye. So Knife, let's just go back a little bit more. So Dan then, as they come through, Xing the S's. Now what happened here? Did Knife run it? He's got a little bit of a slow exit. Great exit from Dan. He's trying to squeeze him, Knife down the outside, almost on the grass is Dan. But there's nothing they can do. Late on the brakes, little bit of Rubbins racing, and that's a great pass. Through the ball nose, out the other side, and then up the campers straight. But now, of course, Nathan, he's got the slipstream. He's going to have a go, and he's going to have it. But Dan's just going to do what Nath has been doing all race so far, and just stick to that left-hand side. So what you got then, Nath? Are you going to try the outside trick, or are you just going to... Well, he did, but oh, and he's still there, and it's still really close racing, but he's got it done. He weren't giving up, was he? That's back to second place for Nath, and that's Nath saying to Dan, well, look, it took you so long, that's how you do it, mate. So Dan's going to fight back straight away in size now, getting close. Again, this two, what a battle between these two as we go on to lap 10. Fantastic racing between these two, and it's been fair. Yes, there's been a little bit of touchy-feely stuff going on, but you know, you've got to have a little bit of that, haven't you? As long as you're not knocking people off track, hitting them hard, then yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. That's good racing between these two. Really, really good close racing. And look who's joined the party now, Si. Look at him. He's on the back of these two now. What can he get? Now he's looking and thinking, well, okay, tell you what, boys, if you don't want the podium, I will. Star's also not far behind them in 5th place, so Si, what can he do now? Looks like he's within slipstream within the slipstream range. That's the word I was trying to find. I'll go back to them anyway, ahead of them, Dan and Nath, because do not adjust your TV sets. This isn't a replay. This isn't a replay. This is live action, and wow, look at that! Dan gets it done. So another change between Dan and Nath, and Si now. Now, will he get involved, Si? Will he just sit back? 11 laps out of 18 gone, and he's going to let these fight it out and hope that they take each other out. And Dan didn't allow Nath up there, did he? Just tapped his rear end there, did Nath. But this battle now has become a 3-car battle. Aspects gone into the distance in the lead, but it's all about these podiums, isn't it? Now look at this, what a battle. Dan, true entertainment from League 5 here at the Ultimate Racing League. This is what we like to see. This is what it's all about, fair racing. And well, if it doesn't whet your appetite for the Enduros, then I don't know what will. Just gets better and better, these drivers, considering League 5. I didn't know too much about any of these drivers really prior to the championship starting. Know all about them now, and we know exactly who's doing what, apart from RJS, who I don't know who that is, but Dan again, or Nath again I should say, having a go at Dan, but Dan defending, and outside's got the run on Nath. Nath just a bit slow through there, just had to back off, didn't he, through the chicane, and Si's going to have it to go up to 3rd place. So Si, good move, up to 3rd place. Little mistake from Nath, but Nath's going to fight right back, and he's going to take that 3rd place back off of Si. Yeah, didn't really fight that, did he? So now it's Nath and Si having a battle. Dan's just got away a little bit by a few cars lengths ahead of these two. Aspects in a different postcode, so we know he's out in front. He's probably in Atlanta City, actually. He's that far ahead at the moment. But these three now as it is. What have they got in these remaining laps here in race 1 at Road Atlanta? Well, let's go slow down the field. Black Star in 5th. Is a bit of a lonely race now. He's Black Star. I don't think he's got enough to catch up with them boys ahead unless they really do start fighting each other. Colesberg in 6th, Crossbones 7th. He's having a better race, isn't he, Crossbones? Started his championship, he was, well, not struggling, but he was, whether that was the car or whether it was just, I don't know, but looks like he's got it sorted now, whatever the issue was. He's back on it, and is he in the slipstream of Colesberg? Well, he is. He's going to have a crack, I think, down here at the chicane. Let's have a look to see if Crossbones does have a go. Colesberg defending a little bit. Just takes his car over a little bit, half a yard, just to stop him. Oh, now there was a tag. Wasn't really on, a little bit far back from Crossbones, but, well, that is the passing place, the favoured passing place on track. So they come through the sweeper and over the line to start lap 13. Now, does Crossbones have a look here at turn 1? Colesberg running wide, I think. Oh, let's have a look. I think that was a little mistake from Colesberg. Must have been, because he was ahead of Crossbones going into turn 1, wasn't he? Now, I think he just ran it a little bit hot into turn 1. Yeah, he did. He's had to just lift it and just, yeah, maybe a little dab of brakes there before, just to stop him from running onto the grass. But that's allowed Crossbones in and through into 6th place. So Colesberg back to 7th, then Firepower in 8th. It's like he's starting to get his groove on a bit, but has he got anything for the guys ahead of him? RJS, who's recovered again for the 2nd time, up to 9th place, so he does, he gets himself here, doesn't he? And he's made a couple of mistakes and he's fell all the way back to the back again, and he's had to do it twice now, so I think he's probably going to be a little bit more cautious here in race 1. Maybe he's thinking, you know what, have another go in race 2. CB in 10th, or ICB even in 10th. Taff in 11th. I haven't seen much of Taff really. It's been a mixed bag there for him in this race. Vane, well, dropping back a bit. I wonder whether he's having tyre issues at the moment. The front left will start to struggle by the time they get to the end of this race. He's got a little bit still on there, but maybe he's just having issues there. Issues? What issues? As we go back to our leader, way out in front now. Fastest lap as well, of course, a 1:26.3, and sure, last time he went round, I'm sure I see him with his hand out the window, catching someone's sandwich that they threw him. He's got that much time that he could probably stop, have a sandwich and read a newspaper at the same time. But he's our leader, and it looks like he's going to be victorious here in race 1. Hope I haven't put the commentator's curse on that. Dan now in up to 2nd, as we know, and he has got away from Nath in 3rd, though not that far away. And then Sire, but it's all just sort of spread out a little bit between these 3 now. It was close at one point. Dan has did everything he could to get past Nath in the end, succeeded. Nath battled hard. He's not giving up, of course. Still got 4 laps here, so it certainly isn't over. He's certainly still got Dan in his sights, so only takes a mistake from Dan. And he could still get that 2nd place. Sight in 4th. Good race from Sight. Good to see Sight up there in at the sharp end. Again, another one who was kind of getting used to things early doors in this championship, but now I think has began to enjoy himself. Car should be an issue after 5 rounds. If you don't know what it's like after that time, then well, I think it's time to give up. But It's now the tyre issue in this race. This is what's going to make and break these drivers. What are the tyre situations like? We go back to our leader and have a look. Well, that 3/4's gone in that front left. As he will about to start lap 16, so there'll be 3 laps left. Should be fine, but yeah, about 3/4's gone in that front left. Dan about the same in second. Nath slightly, just a little bit more in third place. Si, yeah, about 3/4, so that's probably going to be about where we are in this race. About 3/4 of that front left gone. Blackstar in 5th, Crossbones in 6th. He's got still over half on his, so he's got plenty still really. But maybe just left it a bit late in the race, but good 6th place at the moment for him. Carlsberg, yeah, 3/4 for him in 7th. RJS, I'm surprised he's got anything after all his spins and the pace that he's been showing, because he's catching Carlsberg here for 7th. He's certainly got a lot of pace as RJS. So he's got about half front left, so not too bad. Look at this, right up behind Carlsberg now. Through the S's, out the other side. Now, he made a little mistake here before. He's not going to do the same thing, is he, RJS? But he's going to be right up behind Carlsberg. Carlsberg, what's he going to do? Yeah, defends it. RJS won't go around the outside there, but he gives a little tack to Carlsberg. That just slowed him down. That's allowed firepower now also to get right onto the back of them. So this little battle for 7th, 8th and 9th, it's not over yet, is it? And it looks very quick, RJS. Now, looks like it's got like 2 or 3 more brake horsepower than the other Aston Martins out here, so looks very quick in comparison. But still in 8th place, and I'm sure he'd been hoping for more at this point anyway, with this sort of pace. But he has got so much pace that he's made 2 errors in this race, and he's just down the inside. Yeah, it's a good pass really. He just waited, and then that door opened. He probably knew the Carlsberg was going to run it wide a little bit there. Bided his time, and yeah, just grabbed that 7th place off him just like that. Firepower in 9th now. Taff in 10th, Bain in 11th. ICB has dropped right the way back to 12th, and actually he's got his hazard lights on, so he may have an issue. So is he going to come into pit lane? He's not, but I think his race is done as he starts the penultimate lap. So ICB looks like he's out of this race 1. Aspect, on the other hand, is going to be about to start the final lap as he comes through the sweeper. Down to turn 1 for the last time. Now up the hill through this blind right-hander to start the S's. Through the S's, out the other side. Down now towards the Bullnose. It's double right-hander. And along Campers Straight before hitting the chicane. We'll stay with Aspect now to the end. Don't see any other changes behind at the moment. We will keep an eye on Dan and Nath, because we know that one's been going on forever. But we do see our leader, who's led really from the start again. Aspect will get the fastest lap as well. Comes up over the rise, down through the sweep, already flashing his lights. Good victory for him. Fantastic race. Aspect, congratulations, winner of race 1. Now what's this battle doing here? No, Dan will hold off Nath. Nath has caught up in fairness, but Dan will get that 2nd place. across the line. Nathan third. Good racing, boys. That was really good racing early doors. Sight with a good fourth place. Black Star with fifth place. Crossbones will come in a good sixth. He'll be pleased with that. Probably is by far his best result this season so far. RJS, well, yeah, good place, good seventh for him. Very mixed race, of course. Carlsberg in eighth. Firepower will come round in ninth place. Be interesting to see how RJS gets on in race 2 with that sort of pace, because it is mediums, hard to remember. Taff, who had a quiet race, hasn't really to stay where he is. I'm not sure. Has he run out of fuel, Taff? Possibly. I think it's possible though. Vane is going to get 10th place. No, looks like he's got it restarted. Maybe just car just died. He's just got it restarted and he takes 11th place. We did lose driver, and I can't think who it was we lost, because we ended up with 11 when we started with 12. Oh, it might have been who was with the flashing lights, ICB, wasn't it? So we lost him in the end. He clearly retired at the end of that race. He had his hazard lights on, didn't he? So anyway, there's your race 1. Really enjoyed that one. It was a fantastic race. So join me soon for race 2 here of round 5 at the Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.